Oh, this is Bobby, Copel TV Repair again. Today's video will be for a customer who returned a board from Vizio M421VT, if I remember well. Normally it sits here, but it's not. I see we've replaced the EEPROM. Looks here. I'm focusing on unique markings on the board so that the customer knows this is their board. This is the date when we did it and send it back. What else will be unique? That thing here. Customer sent videos that they had a problem with that board in the TV, and we asked them to return it back so we can see what it is, reproduce the problem and whatnot. And here is what we're doing. This is our usual setup. This TV is featured in many of our videos that you can find online. It is an E422VA unit. However, it can be and it is used here for testing both E422VA and M421VT boards because they basically are the same. This is our own testing board for testing EEPROMs that you can see in many of our videos. This one has the socket on it for testing, and as I have covered before, let me connect that to power so that we can see it starting to blink. We have antenna hooked up because that's what the customer had. We also have HDMI with the player that we do. This is the TV starting to blink and initializing. And as I have mentioned before, there is certain differences, of course, between E422VA and M421VT. Companies use slightly different LCD panels and slightly different TCOM boards. In addition, M421VT has a Bluetooth module that connects here. We don't have it hooked up here because we don't need it. That hardly ever, at least I have never seen so far a case when it goes bad, but even if it does, it's like $5 on eBay. Nobody's going to be repairing it. But E421VT will be looking for it, which is the reason why when the TV stops blinking here and eventually starts, the V symbol will be hanging on the screen longer than usual. It will just be trying to find that. But other than that, it's not that much longer. It's just a couple of seconds more. There you go. We have a solid white. Now we go on the front. So we have the V. And again, because we don't have the Bluetooth module connected, that will be staying here for a little longer than usual. If it is connected, it wouldn't be trying to find it. It will just pass through. Another difference between that M421VT and this E422VA is the encoding of the signal. You will see two lines that I've covered in previous videos are showing up and moving upwards all the time. Those do not show in the proper original monitor with the proper TCOM. We don't care about them because this is not the problem. The problem with those boards is they lack HDMI, they lack audio, sometimes they lack video, and it's just part of the normal setup. This is something that you will see in a few seconds when the TV starts. If your TV hangs up here for too long, the M421, then check your Bluetooth module, check your Wi-Fi module as well. Both of those affect functionality. And we're finally ready. Those are the two lines. Let's see where we are input-wise. I believe. Okay, no signal. Let's see first. HDMI. Okay, this is our media player. Again, don't worry about those two lines. They move slowly, up or down. The proper TV will not have those, the proper TCOM. The output is otherwise the same. And we have seen different things. Some of the E422s, for example, are darker on this setup. I mean, much darker. And if we change the EEPROM, they become functional again, but it's not an EEPROM problem because I had here on this table another TV that was working just fine. So as long as we have image and functionality properly, we know the board is good. It has never been a problem. Besides, that's not the problem that was showcased by the customer. They just didn't have an image at all. Now let's switch back to TV and see what we have there. It's kind of difficult. Coverage here is pretty bad. Let's see if I will get it from here. So far, no good. Let's see another signal. There you go. This is because this is the antenna that we're using right down. So let's see if I got a little further. Not well. This is pretty normal for a bad coverage. Actually, let me try and raise that antenna with my own hand a little higher to see if it will get any better. No, it doesn't get any better. Okay, dropping it down, taking a step back, maybe different channel. Different channel. There you go with the channels. Not here. Not here. Sorry, I cannot provide with a better signal, but that is what we got back inside. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the TV off and then turn it back on to see how it starts. Because the problem that was reported by customer is it wasn't working at all. For a few minutes it was blinking in and out. It was having sound but no picture, and we don't see any of that. Okay, it shuts down. It takes a little longer to shut down. It's something normal for those TVs, and it should start again soon. Come on. There you go. It starts up now. Again, staying on the V for a little longer. But the image is clear and pure. It doesn't go in and out. And as soon as the V goes out, it will acquire, well, with antenna it may not acquire it as soon as, but it should be fine. Once again, we are not seeing the problem that was sent back to us, and this is why we're making these videos, so that you can see that as far as we can tell, that board is working just fine. Not count, that's a good 30-40 seconds here. Image is acquired, signal was acquired right away, and again, don't pay attention to those. A good panel, a good T-cone will take care of those. I mean the proper, not the good. Those are good, they're just not for this board. Alright, so this is it.